Oh, well, hello, my wonderful, beautiful brothers, wonderful, beautiful brothers, guys, wonderful, beautiful imagination. And welcome to Duel Monsters Out from the Ship. Duel Monsters Back from the Shadows. Season 1, Episode 2. Now with this, basically, we're gonna do a little Fight Club invitations. Basically, everybody who's going to be in this, we're going to go to their thing first, and then once all of the competitors are in, well, at least most of them, because, doing all of them would kind of be hefty. Too hefty. For even me. And so, basically, a good lineup of the competitors, and basically, after that, they will all go to Millennium City, where they will basically find the tournament, Duel Monsters Back from the Shadows tournament. Basically, now that the Millennium Ring has been fucking purified, basically, regular Bakura, not Yami Bakura, who was inside of the Millennium Ring originally, but this one is regular Bakura. So, basically, now regular Bakura is, inside of the Millennium Ring, which, let me remind you guys, Naruto has in his possession. As a necklace. Well, that's kind of how Bakura did it. Well, as a necklace. So, yeah. Did Merrick have a Millennium item? I believe it was the Millennium Rod, because Pegasus had the Millennium Eye. I know that. Dude had the Millennium Eye. So, it would have had to have been the Millennium Rod. And I'm not talking about a dude's penis. I'm talking about, a different kind of rod. And no, not a fishing pole. The other different kind of rod. Like a stick. Pole thing. But, special because it's the Millennium Rod. So I'm pretty sure that the Millennium item, since Pegasus had the Millennium Eye, and, Bakura had, the Millennium Ring, and there was this one dude who I think had 2 Millennium items. One of them was the Millennium Scales. So I'm pretty sure that Merrick's was the Millennium Rod. So, yeah. Now that I've basically just said this, we got episode 2. Episode 2, start now. And I'm gonna try to do less of a... I'm gonna try to do like how I do my Pokemon thing, okay? That's basically the simplest way I can put it. Like MJ versus Pokemon crossover. Basically, I'm gonna try to do it like that. Only it's Yu-Gi-Oh! So basically, Yu-Gi-Oh! Rules. Well, dual monsters, whatever. Specifically, dual monsters back from the shadows. So yes, back from the shadows, because basically you have 3 new guys, 3 OCs that I've decided to make, that are basically reincarnations of the 3 pharaohs. And so, each one of them will have the blessing of that specific pharaoh. And what the blessing does is, well, you'll find out eventually. Basically, 3, well, I don't really know if you could call them full teenagers yet, but like kid teenagers. So like preteen years. Ash, Bastion, and Yoru. Ash being Ashmoon's reincarnation. Bastion being, well, Oro's reincarnation. And Yoru being, well, Iris's reincarnation. And if you guys remember correctly from the last part, Iris is the Pharaoh of the Balance. At any cost. for the greater good, or balance, or whatever. As long as it keeps the balance. And there are also new Egyptian god cards. And well, technically, there's this cool new freaking limo that basically has all of Team 7, and yes, I said all of Team 7, plus the other rookies, and, well, their senseis, and even, Team Guy and their sensei. Basically all in this freaking long-ass limo, taking them to Millennium City. Because basically the senseis are going to be spectating this. Actually, I think Bastion is an already created Yu-Gi-Oh character. Barry? That's the name of a character in Pokemon, not Yu-Gi-Oh, so I think it counts. So I guess Ash, how about I just say the name different, like Barry, but it's pronounced Beret. Yes, Ash Beret and Yoru. Basically, all of the freaking, team members, and all of the freaking senseis of the teams are in the freaking limo. And then there's the freaking limo driver. And basically, they all get dropped off at Millennium City. Because I tell you, for the freaking Duel Monsters Back from the Shadows game is hitting it like crack in the 80s in Konoha. So this definitely would happen. So the different decks I can give these characters. And also, what the freaking senseis would say, at certain times. You gotta give the spectators good lines to say, Dragon Ball Super sure, was interesting in some regards. I don't know why I just made a Dragon Ball Super reference. I don't even know if that's a reference. Well, technically, this is a tournament. This is kind of like the little leagues of the tournament, though. This is like the beginners. Like the beginner trials. Like your Slifer Reds, your Raw Yellows, and your Obelisk Blues. A Yu-Gi-Oh! GX reference. Definitely Yu-Gi-Oh! GX reference. well, technically, now we basically have to go through other characters. This one is basically, after all the Naruto characters get set in, we switch over to a different location. Basically, another one of the friends, another one of the guys, this one being also his last duel. Basically, that's the same thing with all of these people. It's their last duel, and the last duel will be to spread throughout the freaking nation of every single place. And so, in order to expand for the roster of the tournament. That. Even though it's just now starting like the Little League version. Like the littlest league. And where do we go next? Well, Japan. And basically, Bakugo would be like, nerd, I would blow up your deck if my mom wouldn't punish me for it. And, well, this would be Bakugo, and he would be talking to Izuku. And Izuku would be like, is that the sound of a challenge? Because, well, I really don't want to fight you, Bakugo. I mean, it's not like I think I'm better than you. It's actually quite the opposite. I think you're really good. Like, you have a really strong deck. Way of Destruction deck. Those are pretty powerful cards. And Bakugo would just be like, bullshit! You have a champion dragon deck! You should be able to duel me good. And, well, Izuku would just be like, well, technically, if I just call Mom and say that, I'll be home later than usual. And, well, technically your mother doesn't like it whenever you're home late. So I guess we'll be dueling at your house? And Bakugo, in one of these rare moments of him actually, showing any camaraderie or, any respect towards Izuku, he's like, deal. And there's, no popping of explosions, coming off of his hand. And so Izuku's just like, deal. Shake on it. And Bakugo's is like, shake on it. 7, 8. And Izuku's like, yeah, 7, 8. Say around 7, 8 o'clock. And so Izuku does get over there after, texting his mom. Oh, and don't act like he doesn't have his deck prepared. Oh no, both of these guys. Well, technically, the first time that either of them ever heard of this game was, well, basically one of these random guys, just like the random guy who gave Naruto his deck. there were actually 2 random guys. Because there were actually 2 decks and 2 dual discs that were handed out. One for Izuku and one for Bakugo. As you heard earlier, Izuku got the Champion Dragon deck, and Bakugo got the Way of Destruction deck. And they have been studying up, these little pamphlets that came with the dual discs about the rules and every which way thing about this game ever since. And organizing around their decks ever since to come up with the perfect deck for, the perfect duelist. And, well, ever since this, little incident at their, middle school, basically got out to the freaking press. Yes, the press somehow, the media freaking found out about this. And they were like, oh shit, this is the hottest shit since the advent of pro heroes. And, well, she's basically like, this is the hottest shit since freaking pro heroes. So, basically, whenever everybody figured out that there's a freaking tournament popping up, not too soon, but soon enough, giving everybody room enough to, actually get there in time. And there's actually several layers to said tournament, like a little league and, several other leagues up, and up, ranking up until you get to the top, tippity top, where you would be able to duel against the creator of this new version of this Duel Monsters. This new version, known as Duel Monsters Back from the Shadows. And, well, basically these mysterious dudes that just come out of nowhere and hand kids freaking dual disc and decks and, pamphlets apparently are all this guy's friends. And he's basically just told them to do this. Spread the fucking word like it's smile.jpg, motherfuckers. And so they did. And so, Bakugo is literally just, he is not wasting any damn time. He is organizing his deck to its fullest, making sure that whenever Izuku actually makes it to his house, basically, that he will be ready for whatever Izuku's Champion Dragon deck has against his, Way of Destruction deck. And so basically it was like, yo, Bakugo, can I come in? And Bakugo's just like, Izuku, you can come in. You're actually early. And Izuku was just like, well, I guess I was also doing some, searching through my deck. Mr. It obviously looks like you don't have that very good skills at hiding the fact that you were doing the same. And then Bakugo just realizes several cards peeking out, and he's just like shuffling them and shuffling. No, you saw nothing. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. And Izuku's just like, I wasn't even looking at them all that good. Besides, I'm like right at the door, and you're over towards your bed. It's like next to the window. That's like all the way on the other side of the room. You make some sort of table? We could use your desk. I mean, there's gotta be an extra chair in here. Found one. And so they basically just use Bakugo's desk, and then basically have like this is one side, and this is the other side. Basically, Izuku's over here, Bakugo's over here, and basically chair here, chair here. They're basically using this like a battle thing. They got their dual decks out, so it kinda is. But they also are showing that, like Naruto and Sasuke and Sakura, and pretty much everyone else in the Leaf Village, they have 10 star chips. That basically means, well, why is that important? Because that's what you need in order to qualify for the tournament. And basically, you know, they both say it at the same time, unsanctioned. No star chips lost. Izuku Midoriya Champion Dragon deck. Katsuki Bakugo Way of Destruction deck. It's time to duel. And then basically, it's just like, Izuku's just like, so, Bakugo, you want to go first? And Bakugo's like, Actually, I think by now I know how you play the game. I'll wait for your turn. And basically, Izuku's like, well, predictable as ever. I summon 2 Champion Dragon Spirits in defense mode onto the field, and well, 1 Champion Dragon Fuego in attack mode right here. But behind him, I summon a face down card. Now, Champion Dragon Fuego. Let's filet mignon. After all, Champion Dragon Spirit, with their attack and defense both being 260 each, well, they add their attack to, well, Champion Dragon Fuego's attack as their effect. That's basically their effect. They add their attack onto the attack of any monster, basically, that you decide. And Izuku basically decides, for both of his spirits, both of his champion dragon spirits, to do this. So, what's 260 plus 260? That's gonna be, 200 plus 200 is 400, and 60 plus 60, basically 460. Basically, the attack is basically definitely over 400. And seeing as we're starting out with 8,000 life points, and Bakugo has no monster. Yes. This is basically going to scar him good. Bakugo is just like, well, shit. Whatever his face down is, he's definitely not in a hurry to use it. But by using both of Champion Dragon Spirit's effects, both of them, on that Champion Dragon Fuego, that's right in front of the face down that he has, to hit me extra hard. Damn, Izuku, you're a menace. That's why I like dueling against you. Now, time to show my stuff. Way of Destruction deck can be rather destructive, don't you think? It comes in the name. So I decide to send out to the field in attack mode 3 different monsters. Way of Destruction, Electron Man, Ghost Puppeteer, and Fiend Dragon Knight. And, well, I'll activate Way of Destruction. Ghost Puppeteer's effect to will around them all to a good triple of what Ghost Puppeteer's attack and defense is originally. Well, basically add-on triple. And, well, then I'll use Electron Man's effect. Way of Destruction Electron Man's effect. For having them to all attack, as it will connect to both monsters, having them puppeteer basically what he does. And since he's going to attack, they will attack as well. And with a triple attack, I believe you know what this is about to do to your little face down you have. That's where basically Izuku's is like, wait a second, buddy. Basically, throw my 2 Champion Dragon Spirits into the card graveyard. Basically, do that. Reveal my face down to be polymorphization. And, well, use Champion Dragon Fuego's effect, well, secondary effect, actually, to bring any monster that was destroyed in the last turn, or at least last 3 turns, back that I wish. And that means the 2 spirits that were destroyed. Basically making this like both of the spirits plus Champion Dragon Fuego and polymerization. Basically ultimately tribute summon / fusion summon, basically summoning the Izuku's own ace with an attack of 2,600 and a defense of 2,400. Champion Dragon Crystal Dragon. And one of this monster's effects basically will have both parties draw 3 cards into their hands. And what Izuku sees, oh, he likes what he sees. Basically, landing a spell card spell card Crystal Cathedral, and, well, the monster, yes, a monster card as well, Crystal Knight, as well as a 3rd card. The 3rd card being another polymerization. Basically, polymerizing, basically, Crystal Knight with Champion Dragon Crystal Dragon with Champion Dragon Crystal Knight. And by polymerizing those 2 together, you get... oh, you get... basically, you get Champion Dragon Crystal Nightmare Dragon, which is basically the attack and defense doubled of Crystal Dragon. So basically, double the attack of Crystal Dragon, double the defense of, Crystal Dragon. Basically, its attack and defense are doubled. And as to where Crystal Dragon was level 6, Champion Dragon Crystal Dragon was level 6, Champion Dragon Nightmare Crystal Dragon is level 8. But no, Izuku doesn't even stop there. He wants to show Bakugo the guy who knocks. And that he's the guy who knocks. How does he do that? By sacrificing Crystal Chapel in order to draw one card. And which card is this? The spell card, Pool of Dreams. Basically placing it down and using Pool of Dreams to basically bring back, say, at least 3 monster cards from the grave. Those 3 being the 3 that he started out with. The 2 spirits and Fuego. And basically tributing them to create another crystal dragon. And the thing about that is, well, if the monsters that are used to basically, if the monsters that are brought back are used to tribute summon a new monster onto the field, this will basically allow for another card to be drawn afterwards. That card being polymerization. And so Crystal Dragon and, well, basically Champion Dragon Crystal Dragon and Champion Dragon Nightmare Crystal Dragon are polymerized together in order to create the final form Apex Nightmare Crystal... Apex King Nightmare Crystal Dragon. Yes, you heard that right. Apex King Nightmare Crystal Dragon. Yeah. Champion Dragon Apex King Nightmare Crystal Dragon. And it is level 11, and it is basically triple the attack and defense of the last form. So basically, Nightmare Crystal Dragon. Yeah, basically triple attack and defense of that. And, well, you know what a funny thing about that is? Considering all the tributing that has been done, basically, a funny gimmick about the card that was used to bring back all those monsters, if more than one monster is tributed, the monster that will end up happening after all the end of everything, basically the end of that turn, will not be the end of the turn, because automatically whatever monster was created will attack automatically. Yes, that's right. Automatic attack. And, well, things ain't looking too good. Because basically, Nightmare is double the attack and defense of Crystal Dragon. Basically, like King Apex Nightmare, Crystal Dragon, basically, is triple of the last time. So, triple attack and triple defense of the last time. So yeah, that's a lot of power. And basically, Bakugo is just zonked out of it. He's just destroyed. Because he just got ganged up on. Because just for a full freaking turn, Izuku just kept on building up until basically the ultimate form, and boom! And just, yeah. But I mean, Izuku doesn't want to discourage Bakugo. I mean, like, and things are actually kind of going full circle. I mean, the UA Sports Festival, like, replaced freaking, like, Olympics. Guess what's replacing all of this, like, hero shit? The freaking tournament. And so, yeah, a lot of My Hero Academia characters are going to be a part of the tournament. Especially these two. And so they're basically, after like a few days, you'll head over to Millennium City, where like the first part of the tournament is basically going to take place. The first like mini round, like little cup thing is going to take place. But, a funny thing, two people actually end up meeting each other. Yeah, hello? Hey, I didn't know if this was too early, but, a lot of the duelists are supposed to be meeting up, and, well, even though I know not everyone's here, it'd be nice to get familiar with some people, even if I'm going to have to duel some of you guys in the end. And, the person who basically this room would have been is Naruto, and he would be like, yo, dude, it's usually around the time I wake up anyways. And internally he would just be thinking, yeah, if it's not my damn alarm clock, it's frickin' Bakura. And Bakura is like, ah, come on, you know you like me. And the moment Bakura says that, basically, the Millennium Ring would start shining. And basically, whenever Izuku sees shiny thing, he's like, what the hell is that? And basically, Naruto is like, oh, this? It's the Millennium Ring. Don't worry, like, there's no evil controlling me. At least I don't think so. And then Bakura would just say, well, there's a big freaking furball, but, you know, he can't really touch me on the other side of the cage. Yes, Bakura basically has the same immunity as Naruto does. Can't be touched by Kurama because other side of the cage, asshole. Yeah, he can basically go in and out of, like, Naruto's mindscape at will. He can appear in the outside world and in, well, the mindscape of Naruto, if he wants to. Seeing as Naruto can see dual spirits, he would be able to see Bakura in the outside world. But both Naruto and Bakura know that Bakura can't really touch things. Because, well, due to the spirit. The actual Bakura is long dead. Basically, as these two would begin to talk, they would begin to hear what sounded like the sound of a hustle and bustle, almost like two people are fighting, but not a duel. And so Naruto, out of curiosity, and Bakura just face-palming. Because he thinks he knows then what this is going to lead to. And Izuku just following out of blind curiosity. And, wanting to be hero. They basically see some goth-looking girl looks like she's being harassed by somebody, asking, where are the descendants? Bleh, bleh, bleh. Basically, dude would be not really asking, but demanding, where are the descendants of Ashmun and Iris? not really the descendants of Ashmun and Iris, that is the descendants of the pharaohs Ashmun and Iris. And basically, Naruto and, well, Izuku having faint knowledge of, the story of the brothers Ashmun, Oro, and Iris. And the dude, the getup he is looking on, well, he doesn't exactly look full Egyptian, but doesn't exactly look full civilized human, civilization either. Dude looks full ass creepypasta mode. And he is looking some creepy. And then basically, dude just pulls out a card, and Naruto and Izuku see a dual spirit they thought they would never see, because this is rumored to be one of the new god cards, or at least one of the god cards that was never known before. Because these gods were beyond the sands of Egypt, and beyond knowledge of freaking, Egyptian gods themselves. These were truly, transcendent gods. Transcendent even beyond the knowledge of gods. True sentence of godhood. Basically, transcendent god cards. And there were rumored to only be 3 in, known record. And this guy was holding one of them. This card. You see this card, lady? This card is what you'll get for not telling me where the Pharaoh descendants are. You will get its wrath. The Reaper Dragon of Osiris. Yes, the Reaper Dragon of Osiris. I mean, the dude's like the god of the dead, and this guy is Bade. Yes, the descendant of Oro, also known as basically the Pharaoh of the Darkness. So basically, the Reaper Dragon of Osiris It's basically a base, like, about to blast this girl. Basically, this thing is about to blast her to Kingdom Come until she holds up a frickin' spell card and she just says the words, Spirit Board of all creation. And basically, this shit gets sent back at the Reaper Dragon of Osiris. And all of a sudden, it's destroyed. And basically, dude looks like he's almost about to die. And basically, he has to limp all the way somewhere else. Basically, hop limp away to somewhere. Because, does it look like Naruto and Izuku are about to chase that dude? No fucking way! He has one of the new god cards. Like Transcendent God card. The Reaper Dragon of Osiris. Who she was only able to frickin' survive because she had the spell Spirit Board. She had the Spirit Board spell card thing that basically blasted the attack back at it. And basically, once this girl comes to, because she basically fainted after that. Basically, she sees the two boys, but she also sees, like, a dual spirit, but it's not of a dual monster. It's of someone who's supposed to be dead. Well, from her studies, she knows that this person is supposed to be dead. Wait. That one guy around his neck, that's the Millennium Ring. Oh shit, that's why she can see that dude. Bakura. Apparently he landed his spirit inside of the Millennium Ring, purifying it. Apparently she did not know this. Now she does. Now it makes sense why she can see Bakura. Because she can see, like, anything dual related. And so basically she just introduces herself as Morgana Helsing. And that she is the daughter of Alucard and Integra. One day her father just up and disappeared. And, well, her mother's dead. And so Ceres, someone who Alucard had taken on as a fledgling vampire, who is now a full-on vampire, is now taking over all of Hellsing, but in a good light, in a good way. So basically, all of this whole dueling thing is actually just, a way in order to find her father. She believes that if she finds the person who is, the ruler of all of this, the top duelist, that he might have the answers. To where her father is. Basically, her deck apparently consists of monsters classified. Basically, her deck is a vampiric warrior deck, sticking to the motif of her father. And well, her ace currently was destroyed by that thing. And that's why she was basically being manhandled, because her ace, the only fight she had left that she thought she had left in her, just got destroyed, and he was currently manhandling her. But, she actually had a hidden spell card, that saved her ass. And apparently she actually knows the guy's name. His name is Beret. And that they actually used to be friends. Until he started acting like he was possessed. And apparently whatever was possessing him had a name, and then one time that she did hear it, Oro, was that time. And that one time is whenever the possession went over the edge and basically summoned the freaking Transcendent God card thing. That was the one time. The one time that she heard the name of what was possessing him. The Pharaoh Oro of the Darkness. Yeah, she used to believe that shit is all a bunch of stories. But now she knows. Fuck. Wait. If Oro is real, Oro, the Pharaoh of the Darkness, then what about Iris, the Pharaoh of the Balance, and Ashmun, the Pharaoh of the Light? They could be real. And, well, if they are, they're gonna probably need Ashmun's help in order to defeat Oro. And, well, in the legend, basically, Oro was the first one to be defeated. And then Iris tried to go after a weakened S1, but failed. Due to the power of the heart of something. Yes, that's right. Literally. Forgot the last part. Like, she knows it's the heart of something, but she forgot what it was the heart of. And now she's like cursing herself because she forgot. And Bakura is like, Naruto, I think I got, little help. And basically Naruto's like, well, Bakura, thinks he can help us on this. Morgana, with your problem. The heart of, that thing, you're forgetting the last part. It's the heart of the cards. Apparently, that's what Bakura's telling me. The heart of the cards. That's what he used to basically get out the W, even though he was wounded from his fight with Oro. So basically, get out the W against Iris. And basically seal them both in the shadows. And seal himself in some sort of sacred temple. But then how the f did they get out of the shadows? Or at least Oro get out of the shadows. To possess someone. And then Morgana realizes, wait, I think in one of the stories, the Reaper Dragon of Osiris was his card, the one Oro used. He has it because the possession, it became so real he got that card, Oro's card, that he used against his brother. Well, one of them. Did Oro not see Iris as a threat? Or as enough of one? And, well, Izuku's like, well, maybe Oro thought that, after all of this, him and Iris would basically, tag team up and rule the world together, or, it would start like that at first, but then he would stab Iris in the back, because, the darkness. Yeah, that's basically the conclusion that they come up with. So basically, the Reaper Dragon of Osiris, basically being the Transcendent God card of Bade, now being possessed by Oro, the Pharaoh of the Darkness, who apparently, due to the fact that he was able to participate in anything at all, Morgana is basically in the belief that, well, she's in the freaking tournament. Wait, if they were even able to do it all, fuck, he must be in the tournament. And not just to freaking, beat the strongest duelist. To kill people. Because, that's basically what would happen if, the dark side won. Basically, a lot of people would die. Because, the dark side evil. And so basically, the first initial 3 main characters we got here: Naruto, Izuku, and Morgana. And their decks are basically Vast Magician, actually Vast Magica. The name of the deck is actually Vast Magica. Vast Magician is his ace. Well, current ace. Currently he only has one ace, and that's Vast Magician. But it's a pretty damn good ace. Just as well as Izuku's ace in his Champion Dragons deck, which is Crystal Dragon. Because it can transform into so many different things, and it just gets stronger and stronger and stronger the more it transforms. It's like fucking Aizen. And Ichigo. And basically, the last one, Morgana, Vampiric Warrior deck. And, well, yeah, it's a very morbid deck. But she was still getting her ass handed to her the moment that possession started. It started friendly, but the moment the possession started, speaking the name of the Pharaoh of the Darkness, the possession started, and she got her ass beat. That was until popping out this secret spell card, and boom, deflected your attack back at you, destroyed your freaking Transcendent God card monster. But, at the skin of her teeth, she did it. At the skin of her teeth. And then basically, since it was one of those Shadow Realm duels, because of, the freaking fact that the dude was freaking possessed by the Pharaoh of Darkness. It was a Shadow Realm duel, so, everybody was hurting who was a part of that. So that's why Morgana passed out. And dude freaking Beret had to freaking haul ass. Plus also he did not want to be found out by those other two, who already knew a bunch of stuff about him as it was. And also Bakura, but we don't even know if he can see Bakura. So yeah, basically, I think I'm just gonna do a bunch of these, and then, do some more of my Gigan What If, because I'm just trying to introduce all the characters, and, the story. And that's gonna take a while, considering how many people I want in this, and how much of a fleshed out story I want to make. And, well, just seeing with the first person, dude's getting possessed and has a freaking Transcendent God card. Not just a God card, but a freaking Transcendent God card. And it's off the freaking God of Death, freaking Osiris. Reaper Dragon Osiris. And it almost freaking killed Morgana if she didn't have that one spell card. That last thing. So yeah, I think we're good for now. Yeah, me and Bakura say bye. Bye.